So welcome back, students. Lecture number 4, week 3. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe it. So this is the point where we left our last lecture when we were talking about the hyperlinks or the tags, bookmarks that we can use to move between different parts of the pages very quickly. Okay. So today we will be talking about the animated images. We can get the animated images from the internet, which are freely available, or we can create by ourselves. But when we want to put in our page, it is a very simple image tag, and then resource is actually more like a GIF page, GIF, which is animated image, rather than it is a PNG or the JPG. Okay, so we can just automatically, when it display on the page, it automatically do that animation for us. The next thing that we want to cover here is the image map. And if you look at that in this page here, so the first line here, where is again my cursor disappeared, but I'm just trying to write down here. Yes, so this is our image, you know, and then in that image we are also specifying a property code name usemap. Usemap is a property that help us to use a separate map. Map mean we are trying to identify different part of the images on an image, which is shown right now here. And then we have defined a map here. If you look at that here, opening and closing tag, and we give that map a name. And this name is exactly the same here, except when we are using inside the property name use map, we are putting the hash sign at the start of that name. So this image is actually using that map. And what we are doing in that map, so we are creating the part, we are identifying the part of that image. So here, what we are saying, we want to create a shape, we want to identify a shape on that image. And then how we can do that? Where is my cursor again? Yeah, here. So if I look at here, I am saying that shape property, and I'm saying that it will be a rectangular shape. For the rectangular shape, what I need the size, you know, the height and width, and the position where we are going to draw that rectangle or where it will be on that image. So if I consider this image, this is what you can say, this is the top right corner, it will be a 0, 0. X is 0, y is 0. X is more like when we are moving in the horizontal direction, and y when we are moving in the vertical direction. And if the value is positive, and here in this way, here if I just go in this way, it is a positive values of x. If I go down, then the values of the y are the positive values of y. But if I say negative, then of course it is going out of the, they are going out of the picture. That's what we don't want. So what we need to provide to specify that rectangle, we need two coordinates, two xy pairs. So this is the first pair, x and y, 33x and 44. So actually this represents this top corner here, 34 and 44. And I also need the other point, it is here, the right bottom corner. And that is actually the second point here, 20, 270 and 350. Yes. How can we determine these points? Yeah, this is another question, that how we exactly know that these points are. So there are different tools which are available online. So we put our image there, and then we can just click on the point, it will automatically give me that one. So we will see that how we can create that thing. Okay, how we can just upload this video, this image over there, or any other image over there, and then we see how we can identify those points. Yes. Can we make it with a specific color instead of X's and Y's? I mean, what do you mean by color? The image itself, like I take it and in paint or something, I paint over the left with transparent color. And the code of the current stuff I make is. I mean, you are trying to identify the points. Yes. In the paint. Using the arrows instead of the X's and Y's. Yeah, I mean, yes, we can do that. The point is, if it's an image, we can find those coordinates and then we can use anything. If it is just a paint or just some simple color, yes, we can. Okay. Yes, we can. The main thing is we need to identify these coordinates and then put exactly that one. Okay. And then for this, what you can say that for, where is my cursor again? So here it is. So then we are specifying the alt and then we are specifying the href property of that area. Area also have the href property. It means that we are saying that if we have specified this href, when we click on that computer inside the image, actually it will take me to this one. So this part of the image has become a clickable link, or it has become a hyperlink in our HTML language. Understand? The next, we are also again creating another shape, which is again a rectangle representing that mobile. Again, we need two coordinates. The first two coordinates are the area here, you know, at this point, the top left corner, and then the second coordinates x y values, these are the bottom right corner. And then we can also uh, define a circle. For a circle, what we need the radius and the I think that if you look at that, this is also, this one is also more like a square. Yes. So the coordinates that we are talking about here, they are the center of that circle. And then we also have the radius. So if you look at here, so these are the xy coordinates, the first two values, x and y, down there where we are defining the circle. These are the points, circle, center. And then we have this 44. That is a radius of that circle. And then accordingly it will advance. Now again we are specifying the href property for the phone, href property for the coffee. So it will take me to those pages. Here I have given the relative addresses. So accordingly, it will take me to those pages. If we have some absolute addresses which are available online, we can give that one here. So whenever we are specifying the location of the resource, we can have two types of the addresses: absolute address, the complete address on the internet, or the relative address, which is the local address within your project. Okay, is it clear? So this is how we can create the what you can say that create a image with the map on it. So we define the map separately, and inside the image we are specifying that we want to use a map, and then we give hash sign with the name of the map, which map we want to use, because maybe we have many maps in our file. So if we have multiple maps, then it will identify with the name. So we need to identify that map with the name, and then we can use that name to inside the image tag to identify which map we are using. Is it clear? So the next example, that is also more like a lab practice as well, but I will show you at the end of this lecture that how we can create these maps, you know, using this. If you click on that image, this link here, it will take you to an online tool where you can upload your image, and then you can actually create that map, and then you can just copy that map and put it into your HTML file. Okay. But I will show you, and then we can see how we can work on it. The next thing is a picture tag, display different pictures for the different devices. As we are telling that we want to make, nowadays most of the people, majority of the people see that websites inside their phones. But we, as a programmer, nowadays it is better that you start with the mobile device, how your website will look like in the mobile device, and then you say how it will look like in the tablet, then how it will look like on a complete screen, or tab, or the laptop screen, or the what you can say that the desktop screen. So we are starting from the mobile, then tablet, and then So we are increasing the size. So it is a possibility that we don't want to show the same image, because maybe a one image which is very suitable for the desktop, that will not be suitable for the mobile, and the image which is suitable for the mobile, it may not be suitable for the desktop, or vice versa. So we can specify using the picture tag, and then we are saying that source, we are specifying different source for that picture tag. And in the first one, what we are saying here, if you look at the last one, that is the image which is, we can say that, show that image by default. If there is no matching thing which we are defining above, that different sources, if there is no matching, there is no thing, then show that image, right, like last one. And then inside the source, what we are saying, if the media mean the screen on which we want to display our page, if that minimum width, the minimum width is 650 pixels, then show this image. So we are telling for the all the screens where the minimum width is more than 650, show this image by default, or show this image. We are just putting an if condition. If the size of the screen is greater than 6 or equal to 650, show this image. If else, if the minimum width is 465, if else the screen size is greater than equal to 465, show this image. In the else part, if no if condition is matched, show the last image, which is the default image. Do you understand? So based on the screen size, we are specifying different images that will be displayed on the page. Is it clear? So we are, for one image which is coming in our page, but we are showing different images based on the size of the screen. Is it clear? No? But yes. Yes. So the next thing is the fav icon. What is a fav icon? It is this one. On the in the title, just before the title, you can show a small. Normally, it is a company logo. Yeah, we are branding our website, or branding our company, the brand of your company, that you can show here. Right now I just show the same image which is I show you earlier with the mobile, laptop, and the coffee. I'm showing the same image over there. But yes, of course, you can show the normally we show the logo of the company. And how we can do that? Now we are inside the head tag, because this is nothing to do which is being displayed on the page. Okay, it is going in the title. So just like our title is also in the head, this fav icon is also in the head. So we need to specify, we need a link here. This one, we specify a link tag. We are saying that rel, it is the what you can say that the icon value rel. You can check what do you mean stand for rel is. And then we are saying type is equal to image x icon, and then we say href. We are specifying the image with that we want to display over here. So this is the, again, this is our relative address, and then this image will be shown on the as an icon inside the title bar. Is it clear? Before we can jump into the HTML list. So that's enough for the imaging. Images, the map images, animated images. You can show that image inside the fav icon. So now we will talk about the list. So we always, inside the documents, inside the web pages, whenever you look around, you also see some list of items. So there are two different types of list. One is the ordered list. Ordered list mean that it will has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has an order, or A, B, C, D, or the Roman numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are different. If you open your Word document, and inside the Word document on the top you have a list. If you go down, there are different possibilities. So you can all apply here, no problem, for the ordered lists. And then the other one, we have the unordered list. Unordered list, it's not a bulleted list. We don't have any order, which one is the first item, which one the second item or third item, no, but they are the inside the what. So we can use the, if we want to create the UL or the unordered list, you use the UL tag. And if you are using the, want to use the ordered list, then you use the OL tag. U mean unordered, L is a list, O mean ordered, and L mean list. So again, they are opening and the closing tags. You open the UL tag and then you close the UL tag, and inside you define the list items. So we started with this UL tag, and we also close that UL tag, is it clear? So we are opening the UL tag and we are closing the UL tag. And inside, we are specifying the LI tags, opening and closing. The first item is the first item in that list, LI, item 1. LI and LI slash closing tag, item 2, item 3, item 4. So it will show something like this. So this is actually what you can say that this one is this one. So this code produce this list for us. Then we also have another OL, ordered list, and we are starting it, and then we are also finishing it, opening and closing tag. And inside again, we have the same LI tags, list items, LI list items. Inside the list, we want to specify the items. By default, if I just don't specify the styling, then it will show me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a ordered. Okay. So we have the first item, then second item, third item, and the fourth item. So this is actually the, what you can say that the list, this list. Yes.
Of the order, we can inside it make another an order.
Yeah, we can also make, look, we are saying that this is actually a nested list. This list can be ordered, or list can also be unordered. If you make it ordered, then of course it will try to use maybe a different here. For example, maybe it use the A and B as an ordered for this one. So it will automatically adjust if we have a second level of the list inside the ordered list, which is also an ordered. Maybe it will not use the 1, 2, 3. Maybe it will use the other things to order that thing. Okay, we need to give it a try. And this is a default behaviors which has been implemented inside the browser. So maybe you see differently inside the Chrome, or maybe in Safari you have a different way to represent it. But these are the default behaviors unless and until we define our own styles. Okay. So in this way, we can create a list. Any questions so far on this list? First of all, we opening tag of the ordered or unordered list, and then closing tag. And inside the items that you want to display, they are the LI tags. And they also has the opening and the closing tags. We need to understand opening and closing tag. Understand? So this is a complete structure. So we have the opening tag, we have the closing tag, and then we have the opening tag for the LI, closing tag for the LI, and the content will be displayed here. Okay. And then similarly for the ordered list, or doesn't matter if it is an ordered list or non-ordered list, we use the LI to display the list item. But definitely if it is an ordered list, it will be 1, 2, 3. And if it is an unordered list, it will be a bulleted point. We can also use the image as a bullet point. We can use, anything as a bullet point. But if we want to use or override this default behavior, then of course we need to give a styling for that UL or OL. Is it clear? Next is a definition list. So we can also have a definition. For example, we want to define a coffee. Coffee is a black hot milk. Milk is a white cold drink. You can also say cold drink, fuzzy, cold drink, which is unhealthy, defining. So we give the again we have the opening tag for the definition list, DL, and we also have the closing tag. And then inside we have pair of two things. What is the definition term, dt? What we are defining. So this dt is actually representing this coffee. And then we are also giving the definition. How we are going to define it. And then if you look at that, automatically it leaves the empty space before the definition. So this is a default behavior. dt defining term, with the term that we are defining. And then dd is a definition, I mean, what work is it? Defining definition, something like that. I mean, what exactly we need to know, but we can ask the Google and then it will give me the answer. But it is DT definition term or defining term. And then DD is the actual definition that we want to give to that term. Okay. So we they always comes in pairs. DT and DD, DT and DT. So term that we want to define and then its definition. Okay, again, they are all have the opening and the closing tag. DL opening and closing tag, DT opening and closing tag, DD opening and closing tag. Is it clear? Before we can jump to the table, and Saud has been asking me a lot of questions in the when we are in the study table since the last week. Okay, it it is difficult. Oh, you think so? It's difficult, but let me make it easier for you. Again, there are two tags which are missing from here, but let's see. So again, when we want to define a table, we have a table tag. Yes. And then if you look at the table, normally what we have a heading. The first row represent the heading, and then we have the actual data inside the table. Normal behavior. Yes, we have a heading. So for the heading, we have another, what you can say, that tag we call T head, which is not given here, Again, T head is also opening and closing tag. I mean, whatever we are putting here in that heading part, and then we say slash T head. Is it clear? Which is not given here. So inside the table, we can have T head and slash T head. And then inside the heading part, we can show the heading. And normally we use this one, TH. TH represents the heading. So let me quickly, because this one will not be very much clear without the practical session. So we still have time. So let me first explain that part so that you can understand the structure. Okay. Let me quickly jump into the, and then I say I want to open a new window and then bring it here. Of course, I need to move. Let me quickly. What I want to do, I want to open a file, and sorry, not file. I don't want to open a file. I want to open a folder, and that will be on the desktop. And we have IS311. It is an 11 a.m. class. It is a week 3. So let me make a new folder here and give name week 03. And then inside, I am opening this. Why I'm right clicking on it. So this one. So I select this folder. So when I select this folder, it will open up an empty file, empty project. And then it is asking me, yes, we want to trust this project, these files, location here. And then I come here and then I start a new one. So I say table.html. Okay. So this is my file. And then I can say shift 1 and press enter. Okay. So let me quickly remove that AI tool and then also try to move it here so that you can see the code. So now I'm not going to, changing the documents and heading. So I just come directly inside my body. And then what I want to do here, I want to create a table. Shift 1, okay, what is happening? Shift 1, enter, and then I am coming down here, and then I say table. So when I put a table, I press enter, and then when I close it, look here. So now opening and closing tab. So table will come in that two tags, number one thing. And then as I told you that we have a T head. If I go THED, it show me the option, and then when I close it, it show me this thing. So we have a T head, and then we also have the table body, T body, and then we close it. Is it clear? So we have a structure. Of course, it is not necessary you have the table head and table body. We can also do without that. We can just start putting the rows. Okay, inside a table, we can put the rows and it will work. Okay, but that what will it will make it more structured. We have a heading, we have a body, so that will become more semantically so reasonable. And then inside the head, we can have the th tag. Again, they are opening and closing tag. For example, we are putting heading 1. And if I want, look, if I show you this thing, it will just show you one column. Th is one column. And this column should be inside the row. So we need to make that one, if I just try to make this thing. Okay, let me see if what happened if I just don't put the row tr. Okay, what happened? I try to make more things here. Shift control down arrow, it will make the copies of that one. I make the 2 copies and then change the headings 2 and 3. Alt shift, keep pressing these 2 buttons and then press the down arrow. Wherever line you are in, it will make a copy of that. Shift or alt shift. ALT. On the keyboard you can see ALT and shift. You press these 2 buttons and then press the down arrow. Then it will make the copy of the current line where your cursor is, wherever you are. Okay, it will make the copy of that one. So now if I just try to do that and there's nothing in the body, and then let me open up that one, we want to see that we have to go live. We have a live server extension. It is bringing me that here. So it will show you something like this. And if I just try to make the things more visible, where is the table one? Yes, so I will just try to squeeze it over there so that we can see more of the code. Okay, so it show me why it is going anyway. Let me go take it. No, it is not going. So we need to make this one a little bit here. Okay, here. So look, it is giving me the 3 headings. Okay, but normally what we do, we put these headings inside a row, not separately, because these columns are coming inside a row. Okay, so I just control X and then put a tr tag. And again, tr tag is also has the opening and closing tag. And inside, I am putting these headings. And when I control S, it automatically format the prettier extension, and then it is working. So now we have 3 headings. And if you look at that, it is exactly the same. We have a tr or not, but it is more structured. Inside the table, we have a table head and table body. Table head will be a heading row. So we are putting a tr. Tr means table row, and th means table heading. Understand? And then we have inside the body, again, everything will be included inside the row. We are creating a new row. So when I say tr, and then inside the tr, I can put a td. I can also put a th, doesn't matter. But th make the content bold. For example, if you want to make one as a bold, then you can use the th. But normally we use it for the heading. Or if you want to make it bold, you can use the bold tag rather than th, because that makes some semantically incorrect. You are using the table heading inside the table body. Oh, it doesn't make sense. So if you want to highlight what you can say that if one cell or one content of a one cell, then you can make it bold by using the bold tag rather than having using the th. So here I say td and then say data one, and then let me copy again, alt shift, keep pressing these two buttons, and then press the down arrow, and then I change the values 2 and 3. And as soon as I save it, you can see the data over there. They are not showing me any, normally in the table we also have the, those borders. So these are coming from the style. By default, no border is there for these tags. Do you understand? So whenever you want to put a heading row, put that inside the T head. If you don't put it, no problem. It is not going to, I mean, if I just do that and then also remove this, why it is okay. This one, of course, we need to remove that one as well. And then we can save it. Again, it does not make any difference, but it will make your code more structured. So use the T head or not, but you make sure that one row, everything that is in one row, that should be in the tr tags, like here. Okay, and then let me put one more thing here. I mean, I would make one more copy for the data part here. So what will happen? What do you think? We already have three headings or three columns in the heading. When I control s, it will add. So actually at this point we have a row, but it does not have a heading, empty heading. Yes.
So QBR.
No, man, what you are saying that
I want that box to be under that one.
you want to under data one. So when you want, look, if I just try to, I can't, let me, use the board, which is intelligent board. So here we are saying that this is my row. I make it a heading row. And this one, this where we have a data one, two, three, this is the second row. And if you want to go the numbers or the data below the data one, then you want to create another row here. Yes, you want to create another row here. So you will go into the, you create another row and then put the data, then it will come under the. So let me quickly show you and then we will finish our lecture at this point. So table, starting tag and ending tag. Every row is inside the row tr, opening and closing tag, and inside the row we can use td or th. Okay, so let me quickly, rather than, and now what I do, I will select this part and then I say control C, and after that I will just put that control V, so it will create that one. As soon as I save it, now you can see that it is coming under the. So we have three rows. The first row, which is a heading row, which contain only three columns. In the second row, we have four columns. In the third row, we again have the four columns. And it is a possibility that we don't, in the third row, we again have the only these three columns. What happened? We have only two. So again, depending on what you want, what is the structure of your table, we can play. I mean, it is up to us that we want to make them uniform. All the rows contain the same number of columns or not. It is up to us how we can define it. Is it clear? Any questions so far? No? So we finish our point. So we understand that every table is come inside the table opening and closing tag. And every row, after that, everything we should have rows. Row 1, row 2, row 3. So row always opening and closing, and then inside we can use the, inside the rows we can use the td and the th. Th is a table heading and td is a table data, you can say that. Okay, is it clear? So that is the structure, the default structure. You can say that we have the three rows in the heading, the first row, here. This one is the first row, which contains the headings. Then this is a second row, which contains the data part. This is a third row, and this one is the fourth row. So if I just quickly show you, this is our heading, this is our second row, this is our third row, this is our fourth row. So whenever we want to show, it is always come inside the table, and inside the table we have the tr, and inside the tr we have the th or td, depending on it's a heading or the data. Yes. Here we don't have use the t. That's how I told you, t head and table body or t body, they are more like the things that organizing the data into a more structured way, but we can do without that one as well. Okay, even if I look at the example here, what I removed that t head. Where is my cursor here? Yeah, here. If you look at that, I removed the t head. Still is working. For the t body is still there. So if I using the t head and t body, then it become more structured. Okay, but in the t head we need to have a row, and inside the row we have the headings for our table. Okay, so that is all for today, and inshallah we will try to finish this lecture tomorrow online as well as do some practical part. Thank you very much.